Hey everyone, I hope you're having a good day because I'm having a pretty wild day right now. My emotions are all over the place. Um, I woke up this morning to some crazy news, which is, I'm pretty sure all of y'all know already. I'm a little bit late to it, but I slept in pretty hardcore this morning. I was sleeping pretty well. But Robert Downey Jr. returns to Marvel as Doctor Doom. Wow, I did not see that coming. You know, I always felt like that because I always felt like they were going to bring back RDJ somehow. I mean, because it's this whole multiverse saga. It's not a bad idea, but I mean, let's be honest, guys. They've been the MCU has been at a pretty low point. That is until Deadpool and Wolverine came out, which was a great fun movie, but they've been at a pretty low point. And I had a feeling one time, I'm like, you know what, they're gonna bring back RDJ somehow. They're gonna have to. Um, but I didn't think they were gonna bring him back like this. Um, yeah, I'm shocked. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. I think this is something definitely to be hyped about. But I'm also confused because we've known RDJ as Iron Man for so many years. I've always known him as the hero of the MCU. So this is definitely an interesting return. Um, do I like it? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I do like it. I think it's interesting. I'm definitely curious on how they're gonna make it work. I understand. I do see. I actually do see how some people here are a little confused. It says here fans are confused about Robert Downey Jr.'s return to Marvel, this time as a villain, and they have every right to be confused because it's like, wait a minute, we thought he was going to come back as Iron Man or something, or but why is Doctor Doom? Why are you not casting someone else as Doctor Doom? So I can understand their confusion. Um, Me personally, I think it's a little too soon to judge. We've seen Robert Downey Jr. act in Oppenheimer, which he did great. So that kind of shows proof that he does have the acting skills to play a much more complex character, which he can. Um, but I just want to be honest. This kind of does feel like a Plan B that Kevin Feige had. This definitely feels like a Plan B. I think that they were all sitting in a room together and they were just like, guys, this this whole Kong stuff is not working right now. This whole Kang stuff, Kang, however you say his name, I keep forgetting honestly, but it's not working right now. Um, should we bring back Robert Downey Jr.? Yes. As Iron Man, no, but as a villain, now that's interesting, Doctor Doom. Um, but I feel like this was like, or their plan B. Like they were just like, look, it's not working. Let's just bring RDJ back and let's bring him back as a villain and let's get this moving because the titles were changed for Avengers. I thought it was gonna be something about um, Kong or something. I don't know. I don't remember honestly, but I won't. I'm not gonna get too much onto the negative side just yet. Um, Remember, Kevin Feige is a smart guy. Yes, he's had hits and he's had misses, just like any studio, anybody who works in a studio had always had hits or miss. But he is a smart man, and I feel like this is a good way to bring Marvel back into the hype. Honestly, I was kind of losing my grip on Marvel. I was kind of losing my interest in the MCU slowly. Um, and I'm just being honest with you. It's because the movies were just not hitting the same level as they were before. until Deadpool and Wolverine came out, and I'm like, oh, okay, well this was actually really good. We might be headed to the right direction. I don't know, but this news as RDJ returning as Doctor Doom. I mean, what a great way to bring the hype back up because remember, Robert Downey Jr. is pretty much the face of Marvel. It's always been uh, RDJ and Chris Evans. Now, I do wonder what are they going to do with Chris Evans? This has me curious. Like I said, I'm having a lot of questions now. Like, are they going to bring him back somehow? Is he? I mean, I know in one interview he said that he doesn't really see himself coming back as Captain America, but some people lie. He may be lying. He may be coming back as Captain America, or he might be coming back as a villain somehow. I think that would be pretty interesting. I'll bring back RDJ and Chris Evans, but this time as as villains. What if we see Chris Evans suiting up as a someone from Hydra now? That'd be a pretty interesting take. So another question I do have is how are the other MCU characters, especially Spider-Man, going to react when they see Doctor Doom with Tony's face? Um, I think that'll be pretty interesting. I'll be pretty upset if they just see this guy, Doctor Doom, come out of nowhere. He removes the mask, and they're just like, you know, all right, we still got to beat this guy. It's like, guys, like he looks just like Iron Man. So the thing that gets me excited is that this could actually be a pretty good conflict. All the heroes are gonna see, Doctor Doom, but in their minds, they're like, this is Tony, you know, and I feel like it could make for an interesting, dramatic conflict. So that's why, as much as I understand that fans are confused, I'm a little confused myself too. But if they're let them cook, that's all I can say. Also, as everybody knows, the Russo brothers are back, which is awesome. They're going to direct the next two Avengers films, which really at this point I just don't see anybody else who can do it better than them. They did Infinity War and Endgame, and they just pulled it off so amazingly. So it's kind of hard to find someone else who's up to the task, especially when it comes to making a movie with over like 70 characters involved. I feel like they could pull it off because they're working together. So it's like, one person can handle the story, the other person handles the action. I mean, I really don't know how they work together, but I feel like because they're working together in this movie, um, they can take the load off each other's shoulders, if that makes sense. So I'm not really. It's like I'm surprised, but I'm not too surprised that they brought back the Russo Bros because I feel like they're one of the only directors that can actually pull off a massive movie like Avengers. But I mean, honestly, guys, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's a good idea if they're being smart in bringing back RDJ this time as a villain. It is interesting. I'm not completely against it. I'm just more like I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm I'm intrigued. Yeah, like what do you guys think? Is this a hit or miss for Marvel? Are you excited to see RDJ play a villain this time, play as Doctor Doom? Are you not interested? Do you think that you feel like they should have gone with someone else, or that they should have, do you think it's lazy writing? Do you think it's just a desperate move? Or are you on board? Are you interested? Are you excited to see what RDJ brings to the table as Doctor Doom? Let me know in the comments and like and subscribe. And hey, I mean, y'all have a good day.